We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast. And this is for, everyone, whether you own a company or whether you're an employee or a contractor, whatever, you want to think like an employee or you want to think like a business owner. So you do. Trust me, you do. They call it an entrepreneur, where even if you're an employee of a company, you think like a business owner because business owners think in a very different way and they're going to see a lot greater success. They're going to work, they're going to earn more work, less they're going to have, less in the long term. So now hopefully you've gone through and you've done the value and importance of vision. This is your life vision. Like, why were you put on this planet? And then what do you do with it? Always when you're doing, there's always a next step. Always. I can't emphasize that enough. There's always a next step. And so if you don't know what that next step is, think. You don't have to know things, think. So there's, over 500 natural laws. One is thinking, not knowing. So, and the faster you do these steps, like the iterations to success, if you have 100 steps to get to success, if every one of them takes you a year, well, you're going to run out of lifetime. You will never get to success. So you get that 100 steps and you figure out how to go from a year down to a month, and then a day, and then an hour, and then a minute. So it takes you 100 minutes to get through success. So getting, like, how do you get passion? How do you drive something forward? Like, how do you move something forward? Like, how do you get some giddy up and go? Like, man, we got to get this stuff done. Like, it's important. Life's important. Like, and what we want to accomplish, it's important. So you've been through that, and now you're going through, the success secret about time. Now, it's not enough just to go ahead and watch this, go through this. You got to drive it. You got to drive it. The person. So when I, started out in my first professional job out of college, I was a commission loan officer, salesperson, and I took the marketing manager's job in a year, and then I think it was 6 months after that, year after that, I took the vice president of sales job. Like, I'm a young guy. I'm 20, I'm 24 years old, 23, 24 years old. I'm taking guys' jobs because I'm after it. I'm like, life's important. I've got a life vision. I've got stuff that I want to accomplish. I'm on it and I'm moving. So which one of you are on it? Which one are you? Like, I'm watching all of you like crazy. Business owners will watch you. Leaders will watch you. People will watch you. They're going to watch you, and they're going to look for who can I go ahead and help to see success. And it's the people who are going to pursue it. So, it talks about the secret about time. Not your mom, like, shouldn't have to go ahead and tell you this and then push you on this and remind you of this. It's not that stuff, folks. It's just not. Like, if you don't go after life, whatever happens, it happens. It's fine. If you can do that, then, whatever. So now we go ahead and 1-3, it's like, okay. So when you say you want something, do you really want it? So there's actually, I went ahead and discovered this with Tom Kuntz and Peter Miles. So Tom's the most recent past president of Century 21. It's the largest real estate franchise in the world. He's a world business leader. I could tell you a story, but we'll do it a different time about him. And then Peter Miles, he's the past president of Rolls-Royce, past board member of BMW. So these guys are successful guys. Why are they hanging out with somebody like me? Because I'm going after it. And ever since, whenever, when I was in high school and I took a job, I always advanced, always did things that nobody else did. I worked at Laidlaw Brothers in a warehouse. It was book publishing. And no person had ever driven a forklift ever. That was part-time. You had to be part-time. It was a prestigious thing because there were only two forklifts. And so that was, if you could do that, that was amazing. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and have a goal. I'm going to drive that forklift. And I did, even though nobody had ever done it in company history part-time. You had to be a full-time person. I was a part-time student. And I did. So there's 5 levels of want. You say you want something, but do you really want it? Like, do you really want? So the first level of want is I want it if there's no work or sacrifice or risk required by myself or those around me. You mean you just want charity? You mean you just want entitlement? You mean you just want things to be given to you without any work at all? Level 2 is I want it if a little work is required. This is delusional. You watch too many Disney movies when you were a kid where you're just like, oh, I'm going to say I want it. It's just going to happen to me. Really? Level 3 is I want it if hard work is required. Like hard work is required. The bigger your want, the more money you want to make, the more amazing of a spouse you want. You want an amazing spouse. You better be an amazing spouse. Like you want a nice house or car or whatever. And I'm not talking about these things will not bring happiness. When they say, money doesn't buy happiness, that is for sure true. As I've traveled, been an international speaker and author, traveled all around the world. Let me tell you, money doesn't buy happiness. But I'll tell you another thing. The lack of money does create a lot of issues. So level 3 is I want hard, and I'm willing to do it if hard work is required. Like, listen, this is natural law. It's like, don't be suckered into somebody watching some podcast and they say, oh, you can have all this wealth and all these women and all this stuff and all these possessions. You can have all of this and there's not risk. I mean, it's risk and return. These are natural laws that govern the universe. And it doesn't matter how smart you think you are. It doesn't matter about technology. It's hard work. And people, especially young men, get suckered into this stuff where they're like, oh, I can go ahead and get rich quick. You're not going to be able to get rich quick. You're going to pay somebody else and they're going to give you an illusion. This requires hard work. If somebody is saying you can make a lot of money without working hard, without taking risk, without making sacrifice, then that person is either stupid or they're taking advantage of you. You just can't do it. Level 4 is I want it, and I'm willing to do the required work, make the required sacrifice, and take the required risk. See, you're not going to be happy with what you get. It's in the journey. Enjoy the journey. Work hard and enjoy the journey. Level 5 is I want it and will have it regardless of what is required. It is my life vision, my why. So my life vision is touch every single person in the world, one person at a time, make a huge difference in every aspect of their life in a really fun and exciting way. And that's 8+ billion people. It's going to happen. It's interesting. The first time it took me a year to go ahead and even get a conversation with Tom Kuntz. First time he and I had a conversation, and I said, what's your life vision? He said to change how real estate's done around the world. And he's like, what's your life vision? I told him. And he immediately just said, you'll do it. I said, really? He's like, yeah. I said, how do you know? And he's like, I can tell it in your voice. So yesterday was the 5th anniversary of our oldest son's death. So suicide, rifle shot to the head. Our 19-year-old son was 5 feet away from him when it happened. Man, it's hard. It's just hard. And I love that kid. Like, man, I love that kid. I miss him so much. But he's still with me, but not physically. And I'll never have another memory. Why? He didn't listen. He did not listen. Made some stupid choices. So we'll talk maybe some other things and some of the things that he learned in life that helped him to see some phenomenal success. And then some things he didn't learn so well that caused him his death, literally death. So, go after the quantum motivation. What do you want? Get that, go after big wants, and then be willing to do the work, make the sacrifice, and take the risk. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. Talk with your art buddy art mentor about this. Get your 2 art buddies, get 3 people around you that you're going to do life together, the rest of your life together. I'm telling you, want to do that. That'll be some really cool stuff. Always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.